Okay, guys, this video is going to be a get ready with me. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm not really sure where to look. So just bear with me. I'm going to be using some of the new makeup that I've bought recently and just kind of go over with you step by step. I did my nails the other day, so I'm going to do a red lip and then a more neutral makeup look. But, you know, kind of dress it up a little bit because I'm going someplace and it's the holidays. So first I'm going to start off with my eyes, and I'm going to be using this Dior Eyeshadow 5 Color eyeshadow palette, and this is in 523 Beige Couture, which I think might be a limited edition. So here's what the palette looks like. And I'm going to start off with this middle shade, which is neutral, and I'm going to take this Dior brush. This is number 21. I think that this is just called the eyeshadow shading brush. And I'm going to put this on my lids. Just to kind of give a nice base. So here's what it looks like on one eye. It's just going to look like skin tone for right now. So and I'm doing this on the lid, kind of bringing it up a little bit more towards the brow as I go, just so I have a nice base color. So my eyelids are pretty evened out. That's what that looks like. And now I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to do this color on my lids. This is more of like a goldish color here. Sort of more like a champagne beige. So let's go. And I'm just going to sweep this on my lid from my lash line up to the crease. So that's what that looks like. And I always think that if you're doing a red lip, it's best to keep everything else kind of neutral. And you want your lips to be the focus. You really don't want everything on your face to be the focus. So if you're going to highlight one feature, it's always good to kind of play down everything else. I mean, you want to play it up, but, you know, not make it so that you don't know where to look. Just have one focal point. Okay, so that's what this looks like on both eyes. And now I'm going to take this, which is an IT Cosmetic brush, and I don't even know which one this is, but I think that this is just eyeshadow shading brush, I think they call it. Here's what it looks like. It's kind of fluffy but flat, and I'm going to be using this corner, sort of like a coffee color, and I'm going to put that in the crease. So I'm going to do both eyes. And when I do the crease, I'm going to do it without the mirror. I could kind of do this blindfolded. So I kind of don't need the mirror. I'm going to just use the camera. So that's going to go here in the crease and a little bit more towards the corners. And then I'm going to do the other eye. Going to check it, make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm going to do the other eye the same way. Just kind of go back and forth and put this in the crease and towards the corner. So now you can see when I open my eye, there's a little bit of shading, and you definitely have that definition. So let me check. Okay, looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to take this big fluffy blending brush, which is from Douglas Cosmetics, and it's probably about 100 years old, but it's a good brush. And I'm going to use that now and just blend. So I'm going to blend the crease color, because you really don't want to see where one color ends and another begins. So that's what it looks like right now, and it's still pretty soft. Now, I just got this brush, haven't used this before. This is an eyeliner brush from Dior, and this is number 24. And I like this because it's wide and also really flat. And this is a liner brush. So I'm going to take the liner brush and I'm going to use this dark color to line my lids, my upper lids. And I'm kind of going to get that and press it into the lash line. So that's what it looks like, pressed into the lash line. I'm going to go over it a little bit better because I want to get it and just wing it out a very, very little bit. Okay. And here's what it looks like. Let's do the other eye. And I just get this and tap it. I'm just tapping it into the shadow. And I'm going to do my right eye now. And I will show you exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just taking the brush and just going as close as I can to the lash line and just patting it. And then I'm just going to extend it out a little tiny bit. And now that I have it on, I'm going to blend it out a little bit. And I'm going to blend it out with this shading brush. Okay, so there's what it looks like. Now I do want to do a little bit more of a line. So I'm going to use my Chanel Kohl pencil, and this color is in number 62. This is Ombre, which is a nice medium brown color. Here's what it looks like in the pencil. And I just kind of want to do the lash line a little bit more so that when I put mascara on, it's just going to enhance it a little bit better. So at this point, if you wanted to go in with a little bit more powder, you can. And I think I'm going to just do that just to blend this a little bit more. So back to that blending brush. Okay, and there's what it looks like. Now, I think that I can use a little bit more in my crease. So I am going to take this dark brown again, and this one here. I'm going to take this and just do my crease kind of towards the outside because I would just want to elongate my eye a little bit more. So I'm just kind of getting it, putting it in the corner, and now I'm going to remove most of it from the brush and then just kind of go up into the crease like this. There's what it looks like. So it gives it a nice smoky look and it keeps it pretty natural. So again, I want to do the same thing with the other eye, just in the crease, in the corner. Take the brush, rub it, and just kind of blend it out. Now, I always use a paper towel and then just kind of brush it on the paper towel. So now, I want to just take, again, this highlight color, well, this lid color here, I should say, and just kind of go back in the center. Just do another little bit. Just kind of gives it a little bit of a cleaner look. And now I'm going to use the lightest color, which is up here in the corner. And I'm just going to put this under my brow bone. And I'm going to do a little tiny bit in the center. And I'm taking this crease color and I'm blending it a little bit more. Because again, you don't want to see where one thing ends and another begins. It really needs to be blended out really well. So I'll do that again on the other eye. And always try to go up so that you don't bring makeup other places on your face where you don't need it. So that's all for the eyes. That's what takes the longest. And then I have the Volume Disturbia mascara from Givenchy. And I actually need to get a new mascara because this one is pretty much done. I try to switch out like every 3 months. Sometimes if I don't use it that often, it can last a little tiny bit longer. But I always know when it really starts to be at the end, when it starts to feel dry and hard to apply. And I like this mascara a lot because it gives you really nice lash separation and it looks natural. And I do my eyes first because if you get makeup anywhere else or if the powder falls, then you could correct it easily. All right, so I still have plenty on this brush. I'm going to do my other eye. And I'm just going at the base of the lashes and then pulling up. And then I try to make sure that I get the very tips. Because my lashes are pretty long. And you want to make sure that you're getting all of them. I tried using false lashes once and it was just a disaster. So there's the eyes with the mascara and the clump of mascara that fell on my cheek. So now it's time to do foundation. And the foundation that I've been using recently, because I couldn't find a good tinted moisturizer the last time I had to get something. The color that I needed was sold out. So I've been using the Beige from Chanel. This is the Touche de Teint Water Fresh Complexion Touch. And it looks like this. It comes in this pump bottle. And I just put 2 pumps. It's a really nice coverage. It's sheer to medium. And I just use my fingers because I really don't think that Beauty Blender does too much other than just suck up a lot of makeup into the blender. And the heat from your hands really does the best job when you're talking about blending in a cream or anything that needs to kind of melt in with your skin. So I'm going to just do my forehead. I should use the mirror. Should use the mirror and make sure that I have everything blended. And it should look pretty okay. And I like this because you can still see your skin underneath of it. I don't like anything that's really heavy or cakey or unnatural looking. And guys, you know I'm not using a filter. I mean, I could jump here or there or whatever. This is just the way my skin looks. And I think that this is plenty of coverage. So now I have to try to get rid of my dark circles. I have been loving this. This is the Prisme Libre concealer from Givenchy. It has a really nice texture. I unboxed this recently. Here's the nice wand. And it's really very loose. It feels more like a foundation. It's not a thick concealer. And this is actually a little bit too much. So I put a couple of dots, which I went a little bit nuts here. Shouldn't have done that. And here's the remnants of a zit that I had that was really awful. So I'm going to use a little bit on that spot. And whatever other spots are there, guys, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine leaving them like that. Actually, this isn't nearly as much as what I thought it was because this formula is pretty thin. And you'll see the difference once I finish blending the concealer. And I just get it and pat it. Pat, pat, pat. So now you see this looks a whole lot better. I mean, it's definitely covering those dark circles. And it all looks like skin. So another product that I've been absolutely loving is the Prisme Libre loose powder. And this is in number 2 Satin Blanc. They don't make these colors in the names that you would expect them to be because this is actually for fair skin. You would think number 1 would be for fair skin, but number 2 is for fair skin. I believe that the number 1, if you go back and you look, the number 1 is like a pink and a lavender, and it's more like a complexion corrector. And this is for lighter skin. So I'm just going to take the puff and put a little bit under my eyes. I'm not going to bake like some of these YouTubers do and, you know, put 16 piles of powder because powder does wind up settling in lines and wrinkles and then it just doesn't look good. But I'm going to get it and pat it. This powder is really very, very fine. This is what it looks like on the sponge. It's really kind of foolproof. So I'm going to do just my nose, just a little bit on my chin. And now I'm going to take my fluffy powder brush and I'm going to take this and just kind of go over everything. And whatever powder is on this brush, I'm going to use that and then a little bit in the lid. And I'm just going to set my makeup, not the eyeshadow, but I'm going to set the foundation. You know, less is more, guys. Less is always more, especially when you get older. I mean, you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. And you can see I don't have any demarcation line. If you're wearing the wrong foundation, you could usually see right away because, you know, the face and the neck are 2 different colors. And I got a couple chins, guys, and they all look like the same color to me. And I'm really fair skin, so anything that I put on, if it doesn't match, you're going to see it right away. I mean, it's really going to look horrible. So now I'm going to do blush, and I'm going to do a light blush. And again, I've been loving this Givenchy Prisme Libre blush, and this is in color number 2, Taffeta Rose. And it looks scary, right? It looks really, really scary in here, but it's a loose powder brush. And you just take it, should have demonstrated this with the powder too. I tap it a couple of times, put it in here. Still looks scary. I'm going to admit that. But 2 things that you can do. You could either, I'm going to show you both. You could either use the sponge and just kind of put it where you want the color mostly, and then take your blush brush and then blend it. And look how natural that is. I mean, it's really, really natural looking. And it blends in with your skin seamlessly. And it just gives you a little burst of color. Now, if I really wanted to get into it, I could do some contour. And I do that sometimes, do a little bit of contour on my cheeks and then put the blush over it. But I think for right now, I'm good. The other thing that you could do, of course, is to put a little bit in the lid and then just use your blush brush, tap it in, tap off the excess, and then just go in. I usually do the apples of my cheeks and then just kind of blend it out. But this is so easy to blend, and it comes in quite a few different colors. I really, really like this much more than I thought. And look, it's even got a mirror on the lid, which is so cool. All right, so face is basically done. And this is longer than what I expected that it was going to be. And I'm going to use one of the lipsticks that I got from my Valentino set. So there's 2 colors that are reds. There is this really pretty sort of like a deep brick. And then there's this other red, which is like a matte. Actually, this one's more brick and the other is more of a blue red. So I'm actually going to use this blue red color. And the worst thing that you want to do, take my word for it, the worst thing that you want to do is wear really heavy eye makeup and then red lipstick. It's just such a not good look. So I'm going to take my Chanel pencil, and this is Rouge Cerises, which is red, cherry red. I'm going to do just a light outline. And I do overline. So here's what it looks like. Now let's do the lipstick. Here's what it looks like in the tube. And let's put it on. The nice thing with these is you have a little mirrored side. So you don't even need to carry a compact with you. And voila, guys. It's a festive red. I think it's pretty nice. Definitely a little bold. Not really an everyday look, but definitely for an occasion, I think that it's just really appropriate. So here's what this all looks like. You notice I didn't use anything on my brows. I generally don't use brow pencil. Once in a while, if I really want to just have my brows a little bit more prominent, I will, but generally I like to leave them. I have enough brow and I have enough color that I kind of don't need to do anything else. And I got to put my glasses on, and yeah, here is the final look. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please leave them in the description box below. Try to be a little bit kind. I mean, I'm no glamour queen, but I do know my way around makeup, and hopefully you got some nice tips and learned how some of these products work. So I will be seeing you in a little bit. Bye. All right, let's get on with the advent calendar portion. And I recorded and didn't realize that I pressed record. So here's what was in day 6 of the Revolution calendar. It is a black eye pencil. And day 7 in the fragrance Neiman Marcus calendar, day 6, is one of my absolute all-time favorite fragrance brands, which is Libre, and this is Histoire d'Orange. And that just means history of the orange. And it is an orange scented fragrance. It's very unisex. I'm going to say that it smells sort of like a candied orange peel. It's got a little bit of earthiness to it. Definitely has a slightly sweet undertone, but it's got enough musk and enough, I don't want to say musk because it's not a musk scent. It's got enough spice not to make it overly sweet. And this is another one that you can wear all year round. It is absolutely gorgeous. And if you've never tried Libre, go to their website. They do sell discovery sets, and you could also order some individual samples of various fragrances. And I think you might have to pay a couple dollars shipping. It's well worth it. If you want any suggestions, feel free to email me and I'll tell you, based on what's available, what to get. But my favorite Libre scents are Passage d'Enfer, which is gorgeous, Chasse aux Papillons, one of my all-time favorites, and Premier Figure. I also like Noir Exquise, which is really kind of a holiday and winter scent, but it's available all year. But, oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And what's the other one? Bois Farine. I don't know if they still make that, but it was additionally a limited scent. And they decided to keep it. And that basically means flower forest, flower like in baking flour. It's just a lovely, lovely scent. So head on over there, check out what they have. They also sell their fragrances at Saks and Neiman Marcus. So if you're ever there, check them out. They're fabulous. And no, this is not endorsed in any way. I just love them and I love to share. All right, guys, back tomorrow. I think tomorrow, it's another Dior unboxing. And then Friday, I think, is going to be a little bit of a vlog. And yeah, I have some really cool things coming up on the weekend, including, I think, a big collab. So stay tuned and I'll see you later. Merry, merry, merry Vlogmas. Bye.